guys. Sorry about the noise, but as you saw, it is cold out. It is very cold out. It says that it's 25 degrees out. I highly doubt that since it was 0 degrees with wind chill this morning. But it could be up a little bit, but it's cold, y'all. It's cold, and it's windy cold, so it's even colder. But I haven't seen you for a few days. I thought I'd come on and say hello. I had my eye injections on Monday, which is when all that snow fell. Snow, rain, sleet, ice, all the good stuff. Fortunately, we were able to miss the majority of it. We were out of our town before the snow hit, and it was raining with warmer temperatures where we were going. And as we headed home, then we had the ice, and the closer to home we got, the worse it got. We decided not to let my daughter go to gymnastics, even though we had to go to that town to pick her up from my mom's. We decided just to pick her up in case she didn't have school the next day, because my mom would not really be able to help her with e-learning. They did not have school the next day, so she did have e-learning. We got that done yesterday, and today she is back at school, so it's all good. The main roads are pretty clear. The alleyways, back roads, they're a little bit icy or snowy, but not too bad. I mean, it's manageable. My car, however, sounds like the underneath is ready to fall out when I'm driving. I don't know if it's the four-wheel drive. I've got all kinds of lights on right now. I know the check engine light is from the gas cap being loose, but I've got a StabiliTrak light on. Some other thing that also has to do with that component. My anti-lock brake light is on, even though my brakes are working fine. So we need to get this thing in the shop and get it checked out ASAP, because this is the one we have to take to go get my eye injections. And it was a pretty scary ride there and back, because the further we got, the louder it got, the worse it felt. And we need this car. It's our dependable car, and we need it. So hopefully whatever it is will not cost an arm and a leg, because while my brothers are more than capable of fixing it, they are both way too busy to fix it, which stinks, but they're busy. They have their own lives, they have their own things, and they are very busy right now, especially with work and everything. So we need to get it in, make sure it's safe to at least drive, make sure we're not doing more damage by driving it, and see what's going on with the brakes, because especially in winter, y'all, I don't want to take any chances after my one wreck and getting hit by a truck. I will pass on that ever happening again in my life. I will just pass on that. So I think it's going to be costly, but we will see. We will pray that it's not, because Christmas is coming, but we need our car. So Friday is gotcha day. And as far as I know, hubby has to work. I don't think he's going to try to take a vacation day. I don't know. I'm encouraging him to, but I don't know if he can, because it's kind of short notice. But gotcha day is the day we celebrate the day Gabriella's adoption was final. So we celebrate it every year. And it's usually not like a big Carb Fest event. I don't think we've ever even gotten her cake for it. We usually get her a gift and celebrate with her, either go see a movie, maybe we go out to eat or something, but nothing where I can't stay keto. That being said, I did just have 2 days that I was not keto. That was Saturday. I just decided Saturday, we were heading to her game, and I just decided I wasn't going to be keto that day. It's monotonous sometimes, even though I love the keto food and the keto way. It's monotonous to try and fit it in to, I'm the one driving, and to eat the foods I would get for breakfast out, I would have to sit in the car and eat, which is normally fine. But when you're running to a place you haven't been before and you know that it's going to take a little over an hour to get there and you know you're close to time, I just decided, you know what, today I'm just not going to be keto. And I wasn't. And let me tell you, it started off okay. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle meal, the hash brown, Diet Coke. That was fine. After her game, where she played very, very well, especially as goalie, after her game, she wanted a donut because we stopped before we went to the game at a gas station and they had donuts and she saw them. So she really wanted a donut and Daddy said yes. So we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts, which was like right there, and we got donuts and I had 2 donuts. Now, that's a lot of carbs, y'all. That's a lot of carbs with breakfast and then donuts. But for lunch, which was many, many, many hours later, because I wasn't hungry, I had a Big Mac meal. It was okay. Actually, it was pretty tasty because I've been craving Big Macs, but I just gave in and had the Big Mac meal. I had planned, once I said I wasn't going to be keto today, I knew that day was going to be full of non-keto meals. And usually the day I'm not keto, I try to get the things I've been craving. One of those things was Big Macs. Not so much the fries, although my fries were good, but the Big Mac. And for dinner, my daughter shared her Halloween candy with me, which I ate way too much of. Way too much of. I had a few pieces of that. They're the minis, but still, I'm a diabetic. I had way too many of those. And, excuse me. Then I decided I probably better get some protein in me. So I had some turkey sticks. There was something else I had with them. Oh, boiled eggs. So I had 2 boiled eggs and a couple turkey sticks. And that was my dinner that night. The next day, I was right back to keto. Monday morning, I decided to not be keto again for the same reasons. We were on a time crunch and we had to get to my appointment and we were trying to beat a storm. A bad storm. So it was not beneficial at any point in the day to stop anywhere and sit down and eat. And again, on the way there, I was the one driving, which is amazing, y'all. And I'll get into that in a minute. But I was the one driving. So we went through the drive-thrus and I had breakfast. I had Saturday I did not have a sausage McGriddle. I had a sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin. Monday I had the sausage McGriddle, which was very good, with the hash brown meal. And that was my meal. What did I have for lunch? I had a Big Mac meal for lunch. I was not driving on the way back because I can't. My eyes are dilated. And I especially couldn't this particular day. So I had a Big Mac meal and a fry. And then my Diet Coke. I did have muffin toppers that time. And then he went and picked up my daughter. After we got home, we decided we better just go pick her up. So he went and, he went and picked up my daughter, and then we ordered Pizza Hut, which he wanted the night before, but I wouldn't get because I was keto. I was keto on Sunday. So I would not get that because I didn't want to break keto. So we ended up getting pizza that night, and it was delicious. My husband had his own pizza, which he ate some of, but he finished the pizza my daughter and I were sharing and saved his pizza for later. Smart man. However, because he did that, I didn't have as much pizza as I could have had. And it wasn't tempting me to have it the next day. So we had pizza. Again, my daughter gave us some candy. I had some candy. Too much, but not enough, not like the day before. Not like the day before. Or not the day before, but 2 days before. So, yeah, I was not keto that day either. I am back to keto and have been since Tuesday, and trying to get back into ketosis now. I have my Soleil water with me. This is the first water of the day, and my first Soleil water, obviously. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a video on how to make the Soleil water, because I'm sure some of you are wondering, and you could just look it up, but I think it would be nice to have it referenced on my channel. But I do have a Soleil water, which I am going to drink. I will get my water in tonight. But this morning for breakfast, I had McDonald's, but I had my sausage patties and round eggs with my butter, and a Diet Coke, and now I'm having my water, and that's all I've had today. It is 3:51 p.m. So I will be having my lunch with my daughter. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I have some more of that smoked sausage and cauliflower cheese soup. I am so tempted to pull that out of the freezer and just heat it up. However, I would rather pull it out and have it maybe tomorrow for dinner. We'll see. Friday she has soccer practice, and Saturday another soccer game. I did let them know that we would not be able to do that every Saturday, which my daughter said, well, why not? To which I replied, because I'm going to be keto. And she said to me, Daddy and I aren't. I love that little girl. And she's right, they're not. But donuts, especially Dunkin' donuts, especially the chocolate glazed Dunkin' donuts, or any apple fritter ever. Yeah, no. No, cannot do that every day. But once I'm back into ketosis strong and not having cravings, then we could probably stop for them and I'll be fine. But right now, I need to get back into ketosis. So let's talk about my eye injections for a moment, shall we? I thought I was seeing pretty well. I thought it was better. But when they did the test, it turned out that I was 1 point worse on both eyes, which really is not a major deal. It's basically the same. So I did still need injections in both eyes. The difference this time is my right eye, which is the worst of the two, was leaking fluid. Not blood, like when I was first diagnosed, but fluid. So I also had to get a laser treatment. I hate the laser treatments. They're not painful. They're uncomfortable. And I did warn him that the last time we had done that, I had a hard time with it, and he asked me why, and I told him it was the lens, because they literally put a lens on your eyeball. And anything going to my eyeball bugs me. So he said that he would use a smaller lens and that it'd be fine. And he did. He used a smaller lens and it was fine, but it felt like it was taking forever to do. Forever. But I muddled through it. My eye was really swollen and looked like somebody had punched me. Then after I got those, he gave me the injections. The nice thing about the injection in this eye was you can barely feel it because it's been numbed twice, because it gets numbed for the laser. Now, this eye, and I'll show you an up-close picture at the end. He got air bubbles in both my eyes. When you get an air bubble, and I still got it in this eye, when you get an air bubble, it looks like a big black circle or a little black circle. And in this case, I had 2 black circles in the bottom view of this eye, 2 bigger black circles in the bottom view of this eye. I'm down to 1 black circle. It's fading, and it's smaller than it's been. But my eyes are also, they look bloody. This one is not nearly as bad as this one. I'll show you a picture at the end. It happens. I would stress over it if it had never happened again before. I would stress over the spots if he hadn't mentioned that he had given me a bubble. So, and I do like him for that. He will tell you, okay, we got an air bubble, or I nicked a vein. Like, he'll tell you, so that way you're not freaking out when something appears abnormal in your vision. So, yeah, got that done. I'm good to go. I go back in 7 weeks because 6 weeks would have been Christmas. But that, I told him that's not the story I'm telling him. I told him I was going to tell everybody that this is because my eyes were so good that excuse me, that I don't have to go back for an extra week. But it's really because of Christmas. And they won't be there. So, as you can tell, allergies are an issue. Let's talk about those 2 days of carbs, shall we? Between the first day of carbs and the last day of carbs, I gained, no joke, 20 pounds. 20 pounds. I am down 14 of those pounds since yesterday. No joke. The night before, I was very uncomfortable. My chest felt uncomfortable. It felt tight. My blood pressure was up because I checked it because my chest was tight. And my stomach felt upset. And when I got on the scale, I told my hubby, you know, how much I gained in just those 2 days. And y'all, I did not eat 20 pounds worth of extra food to gain fat. Like, I didn't. It's water weight. I don't even think I could, to be honest, eat that much in that short of a period of time. But gained 20 pounds in just those 2 days of cheating in a 3-day period. Mind you, I was keto in the middle of that. Not in ketosis. Well, not true. I was in ketosis still. After the first day, I checked on my Keto Mojo, and I was actually at 0.8 and still in ketosis. Which surprised me because I had McDonald's twice. I had the donuts, candy, still in ketosis. I could not believe that. Haven't checked since. Probably not even close to ketosis. I'm assuming I'm not. Don't want to waste my test strip, but I was expecting to see a 0 when I checked. I was surprised I was into ketosis. But, so it was a significant weight gain. And y'all, that's how my body is. It is nothing for me to gain a lot of water weight during that time of the month. Even my doctor said it's impossible, but it's not. It does happen to me. I could gain 16 pounds of water weight during that time of the month and drop it when I'm done. It's just how my body is. And I'm realizing that a lot of that is probably not so much how my body is, but the food I ingest, the carbs. Who would have thought that carbs would cause that much havoc on your body? But at least for me, they do. And I don't mind having a cheat day once in a while and, I don't know, celebrating a birthday, or you know what? Sometimes you just need a mental break. And I really think that's more where I was Saturday. Sunday, it was definitely a time, let's beat the storm, time crunch type thing. Saturday, I just made the decision to make life easier and try to get there and find the place. But Monday was definitely, we need to get there and try to beat the storm. I was really hoping they'd get me in and out and get me in early. I did not get in early, but I was out pretty quickly. And I'm thankful. Very thankful. There was one lady that was there with her mom, and she lived in the town where my daughter has soccer, and I knew her weather was worse. They were getting freezing rain, and I was like, because we're all trying to beat that storm, you know, and the doctor's office can only do so much. It's the day you pray that he doesn't have an emergency surgery. One of the doctors there did. Thankfully, it wasn't mine. I am sorry, y'all. Allergies are an issue today. Probably because of the weather, but it could be because of the carbs. Let's just be real. It could be because of the carbs. I am still out of my Orgain collagen peptides. I need to get more. In order to do that, I need to go to Costco. My car is in no condition to make extra trips to Costco. So I think maybe, even though it'll be a late night, I think I will try to get there Friday when my daughter has soccer, because it's literally down the road from Costco. And hopefully I can get in and get out of there. Fingers crossed. Because not just her, but we need to get back to sleep for her game the next morning. For us to get there on time, her game is at 9. For us to get there on time, we have to be there we have to get up at 6:30. That is not a lot of sleep for my husband, because he gets off, he will not work over because of her game, but he gets off at 3 in the morning. So by the time he gets home, unwinds a little bit, and even if he goes straight to bed, he's probably in bed by 4 because he has to do the dogs. So that's only a couple hours sleep before having to get right back up. And he's dragging. He's really dragging. I'm trying to encourage him to check on his vacation days and take Saturdays as a vacation day, because he's going to lose his vacation days if he does not take them by the end of the year. And he might as well take them so he can at least somewhat function and sleep like extra that day. But we'll see. It's up to him. But that's what I would do if I was him. I would try to get some sleep. Now, I was going to tell you something else. Oh, Thanksgiving. This is a long video. Sorry, guys. I have a lot of updates. Thanksgiving so far for my side of the family has been canceled. My dad has Parkinson's, and at the moment he is not doing that well with moving, and unfortunately his body is giving him an issue, and he's up every 2 to 3 minutes, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, going to the bathroom. And as you can imagine, he's lucky to sleep if he's up like that. And I think he's getting maybe an hour of sleep a day, is what my mom told me. Now, my mom has to help my dad, which means she also is not sleeping, and it's wearing her down too. And she called me yesterday because my dad had fallen the night before. She doesn't even know why he was over where he was. He said he tripped over his pants, but he has sweatpants, and they were pulled up because he had just gotten out of bed, so he did not trip over them. It's probably a balance issue. Could be just because he's so exhausted issue. But anyway, he fell, and when he did, he hit the corner of the counter with his eye, and I guess it was all bloody and stuff, and it's swollen. But with them not getting sleep, we have Thanksgiving at my mom's, and while I help her, the day before, there's still the morning of and all the cleanup. There's just a lot, and people help her clean up, but there's still a lot. And when you're not sleeping, and plus she's got to keep an eye on dad and take care of him, and he's constantly calling her for help because he has to, he has no choice. because he cannot move. I mean, Mom said he almost looks like a zombie. He's just staring at you, standing there. That's because his body won't move. He's just stuck there. He does go see the doctor Friday. That's a long way away when you're not getting any sleep and you're at my dad and Mom's age. So I'm hoping, praying they can help him and that he does okay and he can wait that long. But she has taken him to stat care, and they ran tests, and his kidneys are fine, and they didn't see any masses or anything like that. So they're just trying to figure out. He did have an infection. They gave him medicine for that. It seemed to help at first, and now it's not helping anymore. So hopefully they can figure it out. And apparently this can happen with Parkinson's as well. So I don't know. I'm just hoping that when she gets him to the doctor, it'll be good. Now, when he fell, there was all this ice and snow. My mom just got a new knee, okay? So this is a lot on her because she has to help pull him up, and she has to help him get up off the floor if he falls. He was able to pull himself up off the floor this time, which is good. But, excuse me, guys. So, it's a lot. So I can see why she needed to cancel it. I'm guessing that unless things dramatically improve with my dad and they get a lot of sleep, Thanksgiving is going to stay canceled. And hopefully by Christmas, he'll be doing better and we can at least have Christmas there. So now, I don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving, which is okay. My hubby and my daughter will likely go to my mother-in-law's. I don't go to my mother-in-law's. Reasons I won't say on here, but I don't. And so they will probably go there for Thanksgiving dinner. And I might make a dinner. I haven't decided yet, but I might make a little Thanksgiving dinner, kind of keto-fied, at least for me, and maybe a few things that aren't keto for them. And I might maybe, if I do that, take some to my parents so that they can have something Thanksgiving-y for Thanksgiving. I'm debating, though, that if I do that, if I should stay keto that day. Because I'd be making it, I'd be more in control of the ingredients. However, if I do that, I will absolutely make pumpkin pies. And I would not make a keto pumpkin pie for my parents. I would make them a normal pumpkin pie. So, I don't know. So, right now, I'm keto on Thanksgiving. If I decide to do that, I may not be. If I decide to make a small meal, it won't be as extravagant as my parents do. Because she tries to make like everybody's favorites. And I would just make like a meal. You know, I'd make a meal. That's just how it'd go. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking about doing it. It just depends. Time and everything. And I hate to get the ingredients and then she decides to put it back on. She has never canceled except for when my brother was in the hospital and later died. So, excuse me, and that wasn't even canceled, it was postponed. He went in before Thanksgiving. And we still have Thanksgiving. And he died after Christmas. We had postponed Christmas because we didn't want to have it without him. And after he passed away, we decided we would have it later. So we had Christmas in the new year that year. But yeah. So it's a big deal for my mom to cancel, but it's also very understandable why she would need to. And I help her as much as I can when we prep, but I mean, my dad is requiring constant help, and trying to cook and bake and be interrupted constantly would not be pleasant. And doing it that exhausted with a new knee that you've been really overworking since you got helping my dad, and then you've got my back. So I am sorry guys for all the coughing. The allergies are really feisty today, but it's understandable. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm a big family person, so I like being with my family. But it's understandable. And my one brother apparently had to work the day anyway, which is abnormal. They would not let him have that day off or another day off for his mother-in-law's Thanksgiving either, which is really weird, but they're being like that this year. So it's just going to be like another day for us. But I might just make a meal for my little family and take some to my mom and dad, because I'm sure they would appreciate some turkey and a pumpkin pie and I don't know, whatever I make and take. Alright guys, I have talked your ear off for over 30 minutes, and my daughter's bus should be coming soon, because y'all know I like to come early. So I hope you all have had a very blessed day, and I hope you've enjoyed all my updates. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the little bell. It just notifies you whenever I upload a video. Again, I hope you all have had a blessed day, and I will see y'all maybe tomorrow. Bye guys.